Okay.
All right, man. Usually I start with welcome to the 290 Mo podcast, but I'm here at y'all camp. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna start introducing myself. I'm Mo. I host the 290 Mo podcast, and I know I had you guys on before.
Yeah.
And I talk to you guys quite often.
Yeah,
So
right.
just for the people who's watching and listening who don't know, what's the best way to call y'all? Is it Hebrew Israelite? Is it Israelite?
People use the term Hebrew Israelite. You can use that term. Israelite, you know what I'm saying, because our forefather name is Israel, right? Which means that he's a prince of the power. Hebrew, because that's the language that we speak. So people are going to use that term regardless. So you can't use that term.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you could introduce yourself, my listeners.
No problem. I'm Captain Mawaqad of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I'm gonna have the men beside me introduce themselves. All right.
I'm Officer 5,000 Yard Down, Under Commander Junior Hunter.
And I'm also a 5,000 Quam with a bar.
If I could, real fast, just to give a little bit of explanation on the ranks. We saying these things. We got a rank system in the IHBK. I'm a captain. These brothers are 5,000. If we work in perfect brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? But we are under a man named Commander Junior Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I run the Chicago school and I run the Midwest zone. I don't run it. I'm more like a caretaker. You understand? For Commander Junior Hunter, up under Commander Junior Hunter. So that's what we do.
I appreciate that clarification. That was actually my third question I had.
Oh man, most of Christ. I didn't jump along too far along.
I already know y'all orderly dudes, man. So
damn right.
So basically, I'm not here for a debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell you to say what's right or what's wrong.
Yeah.
I basically got a list of questions here that I know I'm interested in, and I know the people that may be watching or listening may be interested in.
Absolutely.
People who may not know, have information or factual information about you all in your camp or what you do or represent.
Damn right.
So I'm basically here, you know what I'm saying, to share information.
Most High Christ. Most High, I give the brother a hand. First and foremost, man, we appreciate podcasts like this, being able to get the word out there. You know, up and coming brothers like yourself. I enjoy doing these type of podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what it's gonna turn into. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you having us out.
Okay.
Most High Christ.
Gratitude. So if anything seemed out of order, forgive me.
You know
what I'm saying? It's just I might have been on YouTube and the question jumped on me. Some questions jumped on me while we was just sitting here conversating. So if anything seemed out of order or repetitious, forgive me.
No sweat.
All in good faith.
Most High Christ.
So we're gonna start off with a question that you probably deal with quite often.
Yeah.
And is the white man a devil? And can you show us in the Bible where it says the white man is a devil?
Damn, he asking the right brother that question. This is how you kick an interview off, man. Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? The white man, it's nothing that give me more pleasure, you know what I'm saying, on earth than saying the white man is the devil. You understand? Because it is the absolute truth. Now, we're going to show you according to the Bible. Let's start with Job 9:24.
Right.
Go ahead.
Job chapter 9 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Read that again.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
When you open up this Bible is, of course, it's a history book, you know, of the past, and it also brings out the future, right? But it's also a book. This book is spiritual. Black people, we are very spiritual people, man. We can look at a child, and based upon how that child act, we'll say this child done been here before. You understand? So we very spiritual people. This scripture right here, read it one more time.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So now it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, what you have to ask yourself during this particular day and time is, who is running the earth? You understand? What particular people have rulership in the earth? You understand? What other people are you gonna look at but the so-called white man? You see what I'm saying? He got he got boats and battleships and all over the water. You understand? He in every country, you know what I'm saying? Even if he ain't in your country, he got some type of influence with his religion or whatever continent you name, he's somehow involved in it. So right now he's running the earth. How do you know? The Chinese man used to have on their garments and all that. Now they wearing suits and ties like the so-called white man. The Arabs, they wearing suit and ties like the so-called white man. But the biggest way that he run the earth is through his philosophy. You understand? You look at certain countries that in the past didn't accept homosexuality. Now they're accepting it. You understand? Because of whoever runs the earth, it kind of sets the tone for the things that happen in other places in other countries. Now you're seeing homosexuality all over the entire earth. You understand? So the scriptures say, read it one more time.
Come. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
If you notice, the Lord say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, if the white man is the devil, and he's wicked, why would the Lord put the earth in his hand? And what blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have to understand is this: the power is in his hand because of our wickedness. The scriptures say we suffer because of our sins. So the only reason why he's running the earth is because we have chose to be wicked. Any more on that? Read on.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He do what?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Now, who are the judges? The judges are the men in the Bible that they're prophets that'll tell you what the Lord wants done. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord does not want done. Those are the judges. Christ would be a judge. Now, how do you cover the face of the judges? We got the picture? We got that sign in here? Or that white boy? If we could, you know what I'm saying, we're going to show you, you know what I'm saying, how this man then covered the faces of the judges. The real judges are supposed to be black, Hispanic, and Native. Oh, perfect. We on right on time. If I could, well, you don't be shy on that strength. You can get that strength going. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, this is how we know the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Because they have covered the face of the judges. This is supposed to be a depiction of Christ. Somebody give me Revelation real fast. Let's find out what Christ actually looked like, and we're gonna see if these people have covered the face of the judge.
Okay, sir.
Let me know when you got it.
Okay.
Come on, read that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1.
Read 1 verse 1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The what?
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation is to reveal something. You understand? I reveal something. I'm showing you, you know what I'm saying, what's fact. Now skip down to 13.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
In the midst of the seven candlesticks.
The what?
In the midst of the seven
The
candlesticks.
7 candlesticks are the 7 schools that the Apostle Paul built. Read on.
One like unto the Son of Man.
One like what?
One like unto the Son of Man.
Read on.
Cloaked with a garment down to the foot.
Clothes with a what?
Garment down to the foot.
290. If you look at that picture over there, that's the garment down to the foot right there. That's what you call Israelite attire. Read on.
And they girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Hey, what?
And they girt about the paps with a golden
A
girdle.
war belt. You understand? He had on the garment, but he also had on a war belt, you understand, to hold his garment in place, which was made out of gold. Read on.
And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hair was what?
Were white like wool.
Look at this picture here. You see any white woolly hair on here? This right here, you know what I'm saying? This man here got blonde hair. So if we playing baseball, guess what? That's strike one. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were what?
As a flame of fire.
This ain't no, I don't see no flames of fire in here. The flames of why would Christ's eyes be red? Because as all black men, Christ was a black man. When black men drink, what do happen to their eyes? Their eyes get red. A lot of black men's eyes getting red from doing the wrong thing, smoking weed. That's the improper way for your eyes to be red. But it is lawful for a man to have a drink. So guess what? That's strike 2. Read.
Verse 15. And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
His feet, not his shoes. Read.
Was like unto fine brass.
Anybody got a penny in their pocket? You know what I'm saying? For the listeners out there, if you're at home, pull a penny out your pocket. That's what brass looks like. Now, when you look at the skin complexion of this man right here, this is a pale-faced man. According to what Revelation just said, read it one more time.
And his feet was like unto fine brass.
His feet were like unto fine brass. So if his feet is like unto fine brass, this is brass. That's brass. This brass. That's strike 3. There's no way that this man right here could be Christ. You understand? And this is something that blacks and Hispanics better get over, man. You understand? This is what you call identity theft, and this is proof that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. That's right.
You understand?
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
You can take that. That's what we do with that. You understand?
Speaking on the devil on the earth overall,
Mm-hmm.
one of the main things that's pushed in the Christian church is
Mm-hmm.
heaven and hell being physical places.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fact or fiction?
Heaven and hell, you are physical places. It's just not what they teach in church. You understand? The Christian church will have you believing that hell, you understand, is underground, and when you die, you go into hell, and it's gonna be a red man with horns coming out his head, and he gonna be chasing you once you're dead. You see what I'm saying? That is not what hell is. Hell is a condition on earth. You understand? Hell is what? 2 million black men in prison. You understand? That's hell. You understand? Broken homes. 9 out of 10 homes don't have a what in it? A father in the home. That's hell. And because it's not a father in the home, look at the community. You understand? Our sisters, you know what I'm saying? Dressing like Nicki Minaj. We just went over it in class. Dressing like who else? Nicki Minaj. Give me somebody. Megan Thee Stallion. You see what I'm saying? Cardi B. You know, the condition that we live in slavery. Hell, you just go back to slavery, us coming over here on slave ships in chains. That's what's hell. You ain't got to die to go to hell. Hell is right here on the earth. The devil, what? Is right here on the white man is the devil. He right here on earth. You ain't got to die to experience hell. All you got to do is be born in America to experience hell. Now, as far as heaven, you look at our condition compared to the condition of our oppressors, it's 2 totally different worlds. The world that they live in, they ain't worrying about what you like worrying about. You the first fired and the last hired. They the one doing the hiring. They the one own the prisons. You understand? They the one making the laws that make sure that we stay oppressed. So they in heaven. You understand? And of course, these things, man, we can show you precepts all day on everything that I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? So we encourage everybody to get in class, and we'll show you 10, 20 precepts proving that heaven and hell are conditions on this earth.
Okay. So with them being conditions,
Mm-hmm.
so when you died, the Christian church made you believe you either go to the clouds or on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, you guys believe in reincarnation.
That's right.
So if you can
Mm-hmm.
show us in the Bible
Yeah.
where is reincarnation and where is the disconnect between the Christian church?
Somebody get for me first. Let's get what happens when he died. The spirit go back to the Lord, and then give me reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? I'll explain it, then we'll read the scriptures. Of course, we don't believe nothing that the Christian church teach. You understand? As far as them, preach your question one more time.
They will preach that you either go to heaven or you go to hell,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys believe in reincarnation. But it's the same Bible. What are they reading that they get the big disconnect from?
Well, they get the big disconnect because, first of all, Christians don't read the Bible. A Christian's understanding of the Bible comes from our oppressor. You understand? He the one that if you look back into slavery, he the one that put in that mind that, even though they suffer in slavery, but when they die, they're gonna be what? In heaven. Do you understand? So they believe our people didn't have this mindset to whereas when we die, we're gonna get our chance to experience heaven in the sky once we dead. That's ridiculous. For a man for you to train a man to think that he has to die. I mean, to experience heaven, he has to die is ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? The Bible does not teach that. The Bible teaches that when a man dies, you dead. You know what I'm saying? But eventually you will come back in the earth. You see what I'm saying? And when you come back, then that's where judgment takes place. Whatever you do in this life, when you come back into the earth, you're gonna be judged for what you did in your past life. That's why you see men, you're born in a certain why is it that a man is born in slavery? What did this brother do, you know what I'm saying, or this sister do to be born in a hellified condition? Why are you born in the projects to where your family could barely feed you? Why are you born to a mother on crack? You understand? Why are you born to a broken family with no father in the home? You see what these are things we got to start. Why is a brother born blind? How come he born that he could see, but you born blind? Something you did in your past life to make you be born blind. Something you did in your past to make you be born in slavery. This is how the Lord worked, not how, you know what I'm saying, the white man telling you heaven and hell work. He giving you hell on earth and telling you when you die, you going up to heaven. That is ridiculous. What you got? Tell me where you at.
Psalms 104 and 29.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hidest thy face.
Mm-hmm.
They are troubled.
They are what?
They are troubled.
The Lord when the Lord hide his face, that means what? That he ain't with you, right? For 400 years in America, the Lord didn't hid his face from blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Most High ain't been with you. We praying to God day and night and day, but yet all we do in America is suffer. That's because the Lord didn't hid his face. Why have the Lord hid his face? Because of our disobedience. Instead of us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you know we want to keep? Christmas. We want to, instead of obeying what the Lord say, we want to do what? Celebrate Easter. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep Father's Day, Mother's Day. We want to keep the ways and the tradition of the people that's oppressing us. But we don't want to do nothing that the Lord says to do. So therefore, the Lord, it's like any father. If you in your father's house, if you in your father's house, he raised you to be a certain way, and you start to rebel against those instructions, what is a good father going to do? 290.
Probably beat you or something. Beat you or put you out.
Say it again.
Beat you or put you out.
Why is he putting you out?
Because you ain't following his rules.
Get a brother a hand. Now you could start to begin to understand how God works. The Christian church will have you thinking God is some soft punk, or have you even thinking God is your mom. God ain't your mama. Your mother lets you get away and do whatever you want, and it still pamper you, still make a place for you to stay. Fathers don't work like that. Men don't work like that. When your father say something, that means you better do it. You understand? You could tell your mother tell you wash the dishes. You don't wash them, she ain't tripping. You understand? Your brother laughing because he know that to be true. To let your father tell you to wash some dishes, he come home and them dishes ain't washed. He be ready to break your goddamn neck, because that's how men are. Men don't play when it comes to their rules being followed. So when you dealing with the Lord, guess what? The Most High want his rules followed. You understand? And it's all for a good reason. Like us following the Most High rules will mean that we got a nation. You understand? That our daughters will be able to grow up and be wives and daughters. Our sons will be able to grow up and what? Have a black man. How the hell you expect a black man to have a healthy family and you haven't taught him how to be? You haven't taught him how to do it. So I ain't gonna go run on too long. Keep on reading now.
Wakan. They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath.
Thou what?
Thou takest away their breath.
Everybody know when you stop breathing, that means you dead. The breath come up out of your body, you ain't here no more. The Lord take away your breath. Read.
They died.
They what?
They died.
Read on.
And return to their dust.
And they what?
Return to their dust.
Go back right back into that ground. Read on.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Thou do what?
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Now, the spirit, the scientists even tell you can't kill energy. That same energy, that spirit, the Lord is going to take that spirit and put it in a brand new body. It's going to tell you. Read on.
They are created.
They send forth their spirit. They what?
They send forth thy spirit.
Mm-hmm.
They are created.
Meaning you brought back. Read on.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
Thou do what?
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
That's crystal clear. The Lord renew you right back on the earth. Any more on that? You understand? Give me what you holding, Kawan?
Holding spirit shall return unto God who gave it, and also there is no remembrance before.
That's what I want. Read what you got.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, and verse 11.
Go ahead.
For there is no remembrance of former things.
Give me the one about the brother born blind.
Come on.
Okay. Read that now. You got the first. You got read what you got, Kawan.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, and verse 11. For there is no remembrance of former things.
Now, the Lord then brought you back in the earth. But read that again.
For there is no remembrance of former things.
You ever heard, like I just said before, black people say this boy didn't been here before. That's because we say things out unknowingly because we the Lord's people. So if we saying that this cat didn't been here before, that's reincarnation. Like in the spirit, you know that this cat didn't been here before. Well, guess what? According to the Bible, we all been here before. But according to what the brother just read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 11. For there is no remembrance of former things.
Meaning whoever you were in the past, you don't, when you come back into the earth, you don't remember that when you lived in Jerusalem, your name was, Isaiah. I'm just giving you an example. You don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't want you to remember that because it's pointless. Who cares that you was Isaiah with 4 wives and a big house? Who cares? You got to, now that you born into the earth right now you got to take care of your business in this life, because whatever you did in the past doesn't matter. It matters as far as your judgment in the earth, but now you got to take care of your business while you here. You understand what I'm saying? So you have no remembrance of who you were in the past anymore. Read.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Once you die in this life and you're gonna be born again, once you be born again, you ain't gonna remember who you were right now. But nothing is new under this. Is it just the same scripture? Say nothing is new under the sun. Read on. You got any questions, Art?
Yeah.
Let me stop you for a second. Go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken,
if I could, let me get a paper towel.
If I'm not mistaken, you mentioned like somebody that's blind might did something from their past, like something like that. So
could be.
Just kind of piggybacking off that. Are there any unforgivable sins? Like me, I was sort of raised up in the Christian church for a sort of part of the time of my life, and they'll make you think like no matter what you do, as long as you repent. Okay, so is there any sins that's unforgivable in the Most High eyes?
Okay, all sins are forgivable, but what's not forgivable according to the Bible is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit, right? And what that means is this: say that you see some type of phenomenal happen that you can only attribute, you know what I'm saying, to God doing this, right? If you look at something that you know what I'm saying, only God could do, and you say, oh man, that's wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's wicked as hell. According to the Bible, you can't be forgiven for that. But as it pertains to sin, whatever sin it is, you can't be forgiven for that sin. You know what I'm saying? Because we all done lived sinful lifestyles, you know what I'm saying, before we came into the truth. We have brothers that been murderers, sold drugs, women that left lives for whores. Whatever lifestyle that you ever done lived in the past, once you come into the body of Christ, the truth, you could be forgiven of that. But the way to be forgiven of that is by becoming brand new. You just can't say, I want to be forgiven, and you don't change. Like, that's what's beautiful about the truth, is that these brothers that you see sitting here, these are not the men, you know what I'm saying, who they were in the past. It's almost how we sit and talk about reincarnation. This is a form of being reincarnated that you're looking at right now. Because these brothers, and when they was in the world, when they was following the Christian church, we were some disgusting people. You know what I'm saying? I was sleep in the world before I became who I am. I would sleep with your woman. You understand? That would be nothing. I would wait for you to turn your back and be right there in that ear talking to her. But the new man, you know what I'm saying, know that that's disgusting. Why in the hell would I want to lay with a woman that you lay with? That's nasty. And why would I want to violate another black man? Like, you want to know why there's so much shooting and killing in the black and Hispanic neighborhood is because we don't respect one another. People think it's the colors, it's the Bloods and the Crips, and nah. The Bloods and the Crips, the GDs and the Vice Lords are disrespecting one another. Now, when you disrespect a man who already being disrespected because he live in a country that he's being oppressed every day, all he looking for is a little bit of respect. So if you offend a man who's looking for a little bit of respect, if you offend him in the smallest way, he gonna blow your head off. You understand? He gonna do something to you. So what we got to learn as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian men and women is how to respect one another. How does that happen? We got to be retaught. How do we get retaught? It has to be a mass exodus out of the one place where we think we get morals from, the Christian church. We know the Christian church is a failure because look at Chicago, and they call Chirac. How many churches, black churches, is in Chicago? So if it's 1 million churches, and let's not leave out the Muslim mosques. If it's 1 million churches in Muslim mosques, that means the Christian church has failed. So why would we continue to go to the same people who's supposed to teach us about morals and say this is what we're going to learn in morality when we're not learning any of that? We learning how to be wicked as hell when we go to the Christian church. Now I know Christians don't like to hear this. A lot of people don't like the word of the Lord. They don't like the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't taste good. It don't taste good for, you know what I'm saying, me to tell you that you can no longer get high. People like to get high. I like to get high. These brothers here liked to get high. Didn't y'all? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Now we look at getting high as disgusting. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, brother.
So for my viewers and listeners who may be watching, they hear you say Blacks, Hispanics, Indians, Native Americans, and Indians.
Yeah.
For somebody who may be raised in a Christian church,
yeah,
you saying these specific group of people, but they may be thinking that God loves everybody. Does God not love everybody? God
does not love everybody. Let's where we going first, Akin, for that?
And just to piggyback off that question, if you could explain John 3:16 as well.
Okay, let's get you. Let's I guess we'll go there. Let's get John 3:16.
Come.
I think that's the perfect place to start. The show. Now the Christian church, y'all gonna hate me after this. They gonna listen. They might come after you 290. Why you put that podcast out?
I know to pull up there. I'm coming right.
we was doing just fine. Half my members left out because of your podcast. I hate you. Now let me stop.
John 3 and verse 16.
Let's get the proper understanding. Before we get that, read that part. Let's read who the conversation, who was even having this conversation, all right?
Come.
I think it was Christ and Nicodemus. Read that part.
John chapter 3 and verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Read that again.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Now, this man was named Nicodemus. He was a ruler of the Jews. You understand? He was a Jew. Read.
The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
So we want to establish subject matter. You got two Jews, which as we know it are two black men having a conversation about the Jews. Now let's go skip down and go to John 3:16.
Count on what come. For God so loved the world.
This is a precept, you know what I'm saying, that your slave master would show you, you know what I'm saying, to keep you forever a slave. Read it from the top again.
Count on what come. For God so loved the world.
For God so loved the world. Now, when people hear the word world, they believe that means everybody, everything, the whole entire earth, right? Give me the definition of the word world, right? You keep reading.
Count on what come.
From the top again.
For God so loved the world.
God so loved the world. Read.
That he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever.
That who what?
That whosoever. That whosoever.
Two words you got to remember in this breakdown. the word world, the word whosoever. Those are two words that people, when they hear them, that they believe this includes everybody. Is it more?
Kind of what kind?
Read.
That whosoever believe in him should not perish.
Should not what?
Should not perish.
Anymore?
But have everlasting life.
Stop right there. Read the definition of the word world.
Definition of the word
You
world.
take me to Hebrews 11:3.
Kind of what kind?
Definition of the word world.
Go ahead.
Societies.
What?
Societies.
Societies, right? You got, it's more than one society. You got the Asian society, you got the African society. Hell, let's say you got the American society. Those are three different societies with technically would be three different worlds and any more.
Institutions on the earth. That's it.
Right? So you're looking at the word world, you know what I'm saying? When you look at it, it means society, or it means a particular age, a particular time period. Yeah, right? It doesn't mean all the people on the earth. Okay, you done. That's it. Read what you got. Hebrews 11:3.
Kind of what kind? Hebrews 11 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Through faith, we understand that the worlds.
The what?
The worlds.
You heard what he said? John 3:16 said world. That's one particular age of society. Here it says what?
Through faith, we understand that the worlds.
Spell that.
WORLDS.
So if it's world, that's singular, right? Worlds is what? 290 plural. It's meaning that should tell you right in the door that it's more than one world. Any more on that? I just really need that part. All right, drop that. Give me what is it? 1 John 2:15. All right, give me that, and then give me the Acts. All right. No, matter of fact, give me before you go to Acts, give me Isaiah 45:17. Okay, read what you got.
There's the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15.
So we already established it's more than one world. Read.
Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
So John 3:16 said God so loved the world, but just right here it said what?
Love not the world.
So which world is it that God loved? It's obvious. So we'll read it again.
Love not the world.
So what we have established right now is that first of all, it's worlds, and then we also established that God does love a world. Then it's a world that God said to not love. Now, what world is it that He loved, and which world is it that He telling you not to love? This the world that He telling you not to love here. The world that's filled with homosexuality. You can eat whatever food you want. The white man in rulership. This is the world that the Lord telling you not to love. But it is a particular world that the Most High does love, and we about to find that out. Now, I told you, you Christians, y'all gonna be mad. They don't come for 290 now. Y'all come find Captain Mawaqad. I know how to deal with you. All right. Any more on that?
Come on.
Read.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Neither the what?
Neither the things that are in the world.
Those things we just named. Homosexuality. God hates homosexuals, man. God hates homosexuality and homosexuals. God hates what? Drug dealers. He hate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. This God that y'all got that just love everything and love everybody, that God does not exist. All right. Read what you got, y'all done.
You said 54:17.
No, Isaiah 45:17. Let's find out what world that God loves. And give me Acts 2 and 20, 2 and 19.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17.
Let's get it.
But Israel shall be saved.
But who?
But Israel shall be saved.
But Israel should be saved. Read.
In the Lord.
In the who?
In the Lord.
Read.
With an everlasting salvation.
With a what?
An everlasting salvation.
This salvation is going to be everlasting because once we get in rulership, we never going to leave our rulership. And which is why you black people got to start to say to themselves, we've been slaves in this place for 400 years. We don't have a land. They took our identity for us, but yet all nations live here in America, but yet we still the most hated right here in America because the East Indians ain't getting shot down like dogs. These Africans that y'all try to claim to be, which we're not, They ain't getting shot down in the street like dogs.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't filling up the white man. All nations live here in America. America's a melting pot. But why is it that you, the black and Hispanic and Native Indian man, why is it that you the first fired and last hired? Why is the prisons filled? You want to know as blacks and Hispanics brothers, are you in the ghetto with them? You understand? You go on the way, you from the west side, right? Who are on the west side with you? Mexicans and Puerto Ricans right here on the west side with you. Or in New York, who in the projects with each other? Blacks and Puerto Ricans. That's right. Why is this happening? Why is blacks and Hispanics filling up the prisons? Why is it that your murder rate is high? Why is it that you got broken? Why is the white man so focused on oppressing you and not these other nations? You know why? Because you guys chosen people.
That's right.
You understand? And you got a ruler. And according to the Bible, you have a direct bloodline to Jesus Christ.
Right.
Which means rightfully the black and Hispanic man and Native Indian man are heirs to the goddamn throne, which means you the ones supposed to sit in rulership on the earth.
That's right.
You understand? Finish reading what you got.
Kanawakan. Ye shall not be ashamed.
You said what?
Not be ashamed.
Black people ashamed. You ain't why? Because you don't have a land. Read.
Nor confounded.
Nor what?
Nor
You
confounded.
can't tell me black people ain't in a state of confusion. But the Lord telling you it's gonna come a day where you're not in a state of confusion. How do we know we're in a state of confusion? Ask black people their nationality, they can't tell you. They're gonna tell you 20 different nationalities. Ask them what country they from. They can't tell you. You understand? Ask them what food. They can't tell you none of these things. That's confusion. The Lord telling you it's gonna come a day where you're gonna be unconfused. Read.
World.
What?
World.
What?
World.
Mm-hmm.
Without end.
At the beginning, it said, read it, let it flow from the top.
Kanawakan.
Mm-hmm.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
Go ahead.
With an everlasting salvation.
Come on with it.
Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
The world without end, go that word world again. So according to Isaiah 45:17, that world that the two Jews was talking about was your world, the black world, the Hispanic world, the Native Indian world. That's the world that John 3 God so loved. He damn sure don't give a damn about this world here. Now get about one more scripture. Give me Acts.
Acts chapter 2.
Because remember I told you the key words is world and whosoever. Read what you got, bro.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 21.
Go ahead, read 20.
Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
Now read 21. You right, read 21.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21.
Come on with it.
And it shall come to pass
Mm-hmm.
that whosoever,
That what?
that whosoever
Damn, that go that word whosoever again. I can read.
shall call on the name of the Lord,
Who what?
shall call on the name of the Lord,
Read.
shall be saved.
Shall be what?
Shall be saved.
Now that sounds like when it say whosoever, meaning what you no matter what nation you are, if you call on the Lord, you shall be saved. Read.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Ye men of Israel.
What?
Ye men of Israel.
Who?
Ye men of Israel.
Read.
Hear these words.
Do what?
Hear these words.
That whosoever was only meant for men of Israel. That's why I say ye men of Israel hear these words. So that word and whosoever in John 3:16 is only talking about Israelites, man. Ain't talking about nobody else. Sorry, Christians. Now here you are, you black Christians are, you are the chosen people. This to show you how brainwashed we are. Here you black Christians is the chosen, we telling you the chosen people, and here you want who you want to bring in that slave master. You see what I'm saying? But it's like the Lord telling you, come on, you the one that need to, because the white people don't need to be saved. But here the Lord is telling you, come on, you need to be saved out this man's hand. And you telling him, Master, come on. That's you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So
Go ahead.
We here in America,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, you know what I'm saying? We really don't know our history, our culture.
Yeah.
We in the melting pot of America.
Yeah.
So how do you know who is an Israelite? How do you know where they come from?
Mhm.
And where was the last time Israel was actually a landmass?
Okay, let's deal with the first part of the question. Give me let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. You know what I'm saying? The first part you want to start, you know what I'm saying, with identifying who the children of Israel were are the prophecies. Remember, I told you the Bible was about things that happened in the past, but it also predicts the future. So if you want to find out who the children of Israel are, they have to fit these particular prophecies that's in the Bible. Now, the white man that's running around calling himself a Jew, there's no way in hell he could be a Jew. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't fit the prophecies that will happen to the children of Israel, which we're going to read right now. We're going to pull out a few. Come on with it. And if we could, do we have Babylon and Timbuktu on deck? Somebody get Babylon and Timbuktu. Read what you got. Start at 15.
You want 28:15?
Yeah, started. Or you want to start somewhere?
No, it's after.
Yeah, give me Deuteronomy 28:15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass.
Read 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, and verse 1.
This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. Read this.
And it shall come to pass.
Come to pass mean a future prophecy. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord, thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and what?
And to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
The Lord gonna do what?
Set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
The Lord would set us on high above, not equal. The Lord will set us above all nations on the earth if we kept his laws and statutes and commandments. Now go to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Slow down, brother. Read it slow.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
But the Lord say now he finna give you the dark side to it. That's why I say the Most High is like a good father. Your father tell you, listen, son, you follow my rules, everything in this house gonna be good. I'm gonna actually reward you. I'm gonna give you an allowance. But if you break these rules, that's what we read now. Read.
But it shall come to pass.
But it shall come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, thy God.
Who is the voice of the Lord thy God? His prophets. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
You're gonna constantly read that throughout the Bible. Observe and do. Observe and do. Not observe and don't do. Observe and do. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Some of them.
All his commandments.
Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Go ahead.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these curses. These evils. Read.
Shall come upon thee.
They shall do what?
Shall come upon thee.
Now we're going to go through some of the curses. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why black people were in a hellified condition. You hear a lot of black people say, man, it just seems like a dark cloud is over us. You know what I'm saying? It is. And spiritually, it's a dark cloud over us as a people. But what we don't understand is we don't know why this dark cloud is over us. But we about to read it now. Go ahead.
And overtake thee.
Damn, do what?
And overtake thee.
Meaning these curses, listen, you could try to run from these curses. You could move to another country. These curses going to follow you. Read.
Verse 16.
Come on with it.
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Curse shalt thou be what?
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Brother, let me ask you a question, 290. In every city in America, what people are on the bottom?
Black people.
And who else?
Mexicans.
Hispanics, Native American. Native American, they didn't destroy the Native Americans so bad. You don't even right. You don't even they didn't kill so many, 77 million to be exact. That's the number that they come up with. It's around that 80. So we talking about 80 million people that they didn't murder in this land. That brother over there, so-called Native American Indian from the tribe of Gad. You understand? In here with his brothers, gonna raise his nation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, give him a hand. So the Lord said, cursed shall he be in the city. What does that mean? When you go to Chicago, who on the bottom? Right? Now ain't just Chicago. Take your car, drive to Detroit. Who on the bottom? You say, oh man, that's just two cities. Go down, go to California, go to New York, you can go to 50 different states in America. And one thing you're gonna be able to say is, damn, it's the same people on the bottom. Why is this? Read it again.
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Dark cloud over you, man. Read.
And curse shalt thou be in the field.
Curse shalt thou what?
And curse shalt thou be in the field.
Cross the Mason-Dixie line going to South. Who on the bottom in the South?
Still black people.
Yeah, but they tell you in school, oh, Abraham Lincoln freed the slave. That's what I wanted to get into tonight, right? Abraham freaking freed the slave. When you do your research on the man, he tell you if he could save the Union, he wouldn't have freed no slaves. So what does that mean? He just opened up the plantation because the North needed free labor.
Right.
So what he did was fought the South so he can have them slaves, them nigga slaves cross that Mason-Dixie line, and that's how the Union got saved. Now the northern cities are richer than what? The cities in the South, because the slaves migrated from the North, left Mississippi, came to Chicago. Now Chicago richer than Mississippi. They left North and South Carolina, went to New York. Now New York richer than the South. That's all that was about. Money. You understand? Read on.
Come to con.
Take me to where we going? Come on. Don't read every bird. Give me 32. Give me 32. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Go ahead.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
290. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people.
Slave trade.
Slavery. You know what I'm saying? When doing slavery, babies, young children was ripped out of the arms of their mothers, was they not?
Come to con.
That's happening right now with the so-called Mexicans, where their sons and daughters is being ripped out of their arms. So read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people,
Read on.
and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day
Oh,
long.
man, come on, man. This is when I read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, I could not believe, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't have this book sitting in my house all these years and did not know that my black history, the Bible was black history, man. That I didn't know that these curses, this what made me come, Deuteronomy 28th chapter, what made me come into the truth out. Because I said, this here ain't happening this ain't happening to nobody but us anymore.
Come.
Read.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
There should be what?
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
Skip to 48.
Verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Thou shalt do what?
Serve thy enemies,
Mm-hmm.
which the Lord shall send against thee,
Mm-hmm.
in hunger,
And hunger, read.
and in thirst,
Thirst.
and in nakedness,
Uh-huh.
and in want of all things.
290. In order to get anything, what man we got to go to get it?
The white man.
Yeah, to get water. Look, and he charging you for water now. You can't just go get no water. You want water, you got to get it from the white man. The clothes is on your back. Where you get them from? The houses you claim you own. On whose land they is? Who land they own? According to this Bible here, you're gonna have to go to another people for everything. You tell me who else this is. Because these other nations that live here in America, when they get tired of the white man, guess what? They get on a plane and go back to India. They go back to Africans, they got a place to go back to. Nigeria and all that. You go catch a plane to the Congo, you going in the pot. When you go, you ain't coming back here. All you niggas talking about take a plane, nigga. Don't drop me off nowhere in no Africa. You see what I'm saying? The country that they tell you in Africa is who? Nigeria and who else? What they tell you to go to? It's Ghana. Right? That's because those countries work with the white man. You ever hear black people say, I'm gonna go to Angola? You understand? I'm gonna go to Gambia. Yeah, you go to them countries if you want to. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it back. That's a little joke, man. Real, man. That's a real joke, by the way. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Can we get the picture up here? Can you pull the picture up and put the yoke of iron up here? Now you're gonna have to tell me what other people that this happened to. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm reading our condition perfectly here in this Bible. Keep reading, come on.
Come.
Let the brother pull it up. He got it.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Okay, drop that. What we at next? 68.
Come, verse
Give me
68.
this the banker here. This is the one that's gonna bring it home. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord shall bring thee what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord gonna bring thee into Egypt. The word Egypt is a Greek word, that means bondage. The Lord said He gonna bring you into Egypt again because the children of Israel was in slavery, you know what I'm saying, under the Egyptians in the past. So the Lord said He gonna bring you into slavery again. Let's find out how this gonna happen. Read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did black people come to America? 290 slave ships. So you gonna have to tell me what other people this fit. This don't fit nobody else. Before Negroes went in slave ships, the Columbus and them, you know what I'm saying, came to the Americas and put the Native American Indians on slips, and they went all the way to Europe. So all of us been on slave ships at one point in time. Read on.
On the con. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Moses spoke to the children of Israel as they was going into the land of Israel. He said, by the way I speak of, you ain't, when you go into slavery, you ain't gonna see this no more again. Ask black people what's their homeland now. You ain't seen, you go take a trip to Israel right now, you still ain't seeing Israel for what it is. You understand? Because you're not living there. The people that's living there are imposters. White people ain't the children of Israel. That ain't their land. So you ain't seen your homeland, you know what I'm saying, according to this prophecy. You can drop that. Do we got the picture, Mayaqad?
Yeah,
Post it. We're gonna show the yoke of iron if we could, you know what I mean, so we could move on. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I may,
Mhm.
still kind of stand on the subject. We mentioned a couple times how we don't have a history, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time we brought up the slave trade.
Mhm.
Somebody who may be watching and listening,
Mm-hmm.
they would think, you know what I'm saying, we do have history, we just don't know it. We came from Africa, but at the same time you might say them Africans or them dirty Africans.
Before you could, do we get the Babylon and Timbuktu?
Yeah.
We got it?
Right there.
Okay. You see the yoke of iron, brother? Read what you got one more time.
On the con.
We can educate everybody. Everything to what about? Okay. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
No. The part about the yoke of iron on his neck. I think it's 48, 49, or 50.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies,
Mm-hmm.
which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He shall do what?
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That's all I wanted to bring out, brother. Go ahead, finish your question now. I ain't gonna cut you off.
Yeah, so like I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
for people who may be watching and listening, they may think that their history is, you know what I'm saying, Africa. They
Got
came
you.
off the slave ship. They just don't know it up to that point.
Got you.
Could you explain the difference between blacks and Africans and why we're not the same?
Give me the Zondervan. We got the Zondervan. Most black people believe, you know what I'm saying, they believe that we African because we came from that particular part of the land, right? And they also believe it because we look similar to Africans, right? Because we dark skinned. But besides the so-called white man, all nations are dark. You got East Indians is dark, the Chinese is dark, the Arabs is dark, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody claiming to be them, you know what I mean? So what happened is when you look at how what we first got to look at is how did we end up in Africa? We ended up in Africa. All you got to do is look up 70 AD. Do me a favor, get on that book right there. Mayaqad, pull up the picture of 70 AD, right? During the time of 70 AD, our people was ran out of Israel, which Christ prophesied would happen. When we ran out of Israel, we ran into Africa and lived there for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? And lived amongst the Africans, but we are not African. So that's why our people believe these things. And of course, the white man, miseducation, he wants you to believe that you are these people. All right. Give me we're gonna do a real quick history lesson. Read Babylon and Timbuktu. What happened during the slavery, all right?
This is page 84 from Babylon to Timbuktu.
Mm-hmm.
In the year 65 BC,
Go ahead.
the Roman armies
Now this is a history lesson. You can look this up. Read.
under General Pompey
Mm-hmm.
captured Jerusalem.
They did what?
captured Jerusalem.
Another book to read is what's the cat that wrote a book about this time? Go ahead. Josephus. A book of Josephus will explain to you exactly what happened during this particular time with our people. The Romans surrounded our city. It got so bad that the people was eating their own dead children. Okay, read.
In 70 AD,
In 70 AD, read.
General Vespasian and his son Titus putting an end to the Jewish state.
They did what?
Putting an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
With what?
With great slaughter.
Read on.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Go ahead.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated.
It has been what?
It has been estimated
Read.
that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
They did what?
Fled into Africa.
Show them what book you reading out of, brother. Babylon, Timbuktu, you know what I'm saying? This is a cat, Rudolph Windsor, a credible historian, you know what I'm saying, from Temple University. This is what he put in there. Now, I don't want nobody to think that UPK wrote this book. This is what a historian wrote. Read.
On the con. Fleeing from Roman prosecution.
You want to read the part about fleeing in Africa.
On the con.
It has been estimated.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman prosecution.
Now, real fast. Why would black people? Why would we flee into Africa? 290. What would be the reason?
That's the only place to go.
Ain't the only place to go. You know what I'm saying? But it's a particular reason why we would go there. You understand? If you had to camouflage yourself, just think of that. This would be a perfect place to go because once again, these people look similar to us, but they're not us. You see what I'm saying? So over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. So for those people who want to know, well, how y'all saying we ain't African? Well, how we get there? It's many different lands, man. People travel and migrate at all the time. You see what I'm saying? We ended up in Africa from migrating into Africa, but that's not where that ain't who we are, and that's not where we from. Read on.
Coming to come. The slave markets.
The what?
The slave markets.
The slave markets, right? The slave markets. Us coming over here on slavery. Let's hear what this historian had to say. Read.
Were full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets was what?
Full of black Jewish slaves.
I thought the Jews was white, but he said the slave markets, meaning the transatlantic slave trade, were full of black Jewish slaves. It's saying Jewish or whatever, but you know that they putting that word in there. But why is he saying the slave markets was full of black Jewish slaves? Because the people that came over here on slave ships were the children of Israel. Right. Now, if you saying that we was African, you're gonna have to show me one sign during that particular time that said we have Africans for sale. Because I ain't never seen that. But you know what I did see? We got Negroes for sale. You understand? You know why you call nigga word? It comes from the Latin word Niger. You understand? I'm gonna drop the bomb on Christians and black people. The word nigga is in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah, we can show you that too. That's why you want to know where nigga come from. We can show you nigga in the Bible. Is there any more on that one?
Lord, sir.
All right. So now read what you got.
Wakan.
This is another. Go ahead.
This is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, and this is a
Give me
definition of the word ham. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
This is a history lesson for y'all. Ham, the youngest son of Noah. They taught us forever during slavery that we were the children of Canaan. Okay, Canaan is one of the sons of Ham. We are not the children of Canaan. Right. That is a lie that comes from the white man that he have been trying to perpetuate, you know what I'm saying, for the longest. You understand? Perpetrate for the longest. Excuse me. I just made a word perpetuate. He didn't try to perpetrate for the longest. Yeah, but those are not our people, man. Read.
Wakan, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
He was what?
Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Read on.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
Ham had 3 sons. Only 8 people survived. Noah, his wife, and his 3 sons. His 3 sons. His 3 sons were who? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. From these three men, they populated the whole earth. Read.
Kanawakan. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
And became the progenitor of the dark races. Now, you show this brother what book this is? We ain't write this neither. Compact Bible Dictionary. Check the authors. The authors of this book is Lily White. Read.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Now, come on now. Wait a minute, Yavadan. He did what?
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
What the white man said. The white man know who you are. The only people who don't know that you the Jews is you. That's what was prophesied in the Bible as well, that you would lose your identity. It's prophesied in the Bible that you was gonna wake up and not know who you are. That's one hell of a curse, huh? You must have really offended your Father in heaven for him to give you amnesia to where you wake up and you don't even got your nationality. That's one hell of a judgment. Now, slavery is a one hell of a judgment. We didn't been through it here, man. You understand? But guess what? Because of Commander General Hunter and the ISBK, now we got an opportunity to come out of this hell.
That's right.
That's what we got to remember. Playtime is over. We didn't forever been able. We ain't know who we were. We didn't have excuses in the past. Ain't no more excuse now, brother. Now it's time for a black man. It's time for you to grow up, brother.
All right.
You understand? Time for you to be a goddamn man. Your nation depend on it.
That's right.
Your children depend on it. You don't come in here, you a brother that want to die.
Right.
Read.
Kanawakan. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians,
Africans,
Ethiopians,
Africans,
Libyans,
Africans,
and Canaanites.
They try to tell you was the children of Canaan, but according to these archaeologists right here, you're not African. So we got a problem. Who are you? Read what you got.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
Certain what?
Certain prophets and teachers.
Now let's find out if these prophets and teachers was white. Now, we really about to offend the Christian church now. Let's find out if they was lily white, if these was white boys. Read.
As Barnabas and Simeon.
As who?
As Barnabas and Simeon. That was called Niger.
They was called what?
Niger.
Spell it out.
Niger.
The word Niger mean black. We reading this out. We reading this out the Bible. Hey, this is in the Holy Bible, Acts chapter 13, verse 1. So we got a problem here. Why is the word nigger, which is what nigger comes from the Latin word Niger? Why are the prophets being called niggas? You mean to tell me the prophets is niggas? You got a problem. Not only will the Bible tell you the prophets is nigga, guess who else a nigga? God is a nigga too.
That's right.
Yeah. Guess who else a nigga? Jesus Christ is a nigga too. Guess what else? Who else is niggas? The angels is niggas too.
All right.
They show you in movies. Damn right. They show you in movies all the time what them angels look like. We just too sleep to even wake up on it. The Predator. You ever seen the Predator? They show you what he come in. He came in a chariot in the movie Predator in a spaceship. When he came out, what he had? The damn Predator had damn dreadlocks. You niggas still won't wake up. You still ain't wake up yet. What? Even the white man tried to show you. He tried to show you, and you refuse it. They see white people kissing our boots and say, that's evil.
Right.
They supposed to be kissing us. Everything they done to us, they supposed to be kissing our boots for what they done. You see what I'm saying? Where we at with it? We done, bro.
I got the image 70 AD up on the screen.
Can you see that, brother?
Yeah, I see it.
This is what happened to us in 70 AD. The Roman Empire ramshacked our land, took all our gold, jewel out of the Temple of Solomon, you know what I'm saying, and took it. They say all our stuff is in the city of Vatican? The Vatican. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Them is your jewels and your history. The whole earth, man, has got, listen, the earth as we know it, they got to deal with these facts that we bring out. That's why we go on the streets, because we know that these things that we bring out cannot be disputed. So,
okay.
I know that was, that was one hell of a question. Yeah.
I'm already know. I might get another history lesson out of this next.
No sweat. No sweat.
Step in the current events before we get up out of here.
No sweat.
So you mentioned and my pops, he was real big on history. He used to always tell me, leave it open ended. Like Hillary said that the Jews left black and came back white.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you know when exactly?
Well, it wasn't Hitler. It was what was the cat that said it?
So he was the president of
Egypt, wasn't it?
In 19.
Pull it up. But go ahead, finish your question.
Yeah. So do you know who the people was who stole your identity when it happened?
Oh man, this brother here gonna have us.
Is that prophecy as well?
Juan just gave it a look like this nigga don't know who he talking to. Say, go ahead. Complete your question, brother.
Okay, so who are these imposters?
Mm-hmm.
Where they come from?
Mm-hmm.
And what is their purpose? Is this prophecy? What you already mentioned was prophecy as well, but where they come from and what is their purpose? And do you know exactly when the switch happened?
Okay. First, let's give me Revelations 2 and 9. I mean, is it 2 and 9? I believe it's 2 and 9. Okay, these particular people here, man, when you do your research, they're from what you would call the Khazarian Empire, right? If you read the book, the 13th Tribe, the 13th Tribe was written by a so-called Jew. Now, in this book, this devil states that if the white people are Jews, then it must be 13 instead of 12. This is what he said. Now, once he wrote this book, I believe a year later he was killed. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Somebody also pulled a video up, my yada, the white woman who said that the Jews need to go back home. You know what I'm talking about? Pull that up as well. This is the United States Secretary that came out and said that if they asked her about the Jews in Israel, and she said they need to go back home. And the cat who did the interview, he said, "Well, where's home?" She said Eastern Europe, Romania, such and such, because these people are imposters, man. You know what I'm saying? Read what you got, Yaradan.
Mm-hmm. Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9.
Let's get it.
I know thy works and tribulation.
And what?
And tribulation.
You know?
And poverty.
And poverty. Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
The Lord say even though we in poverty and we tribulation is our trouble here in America. The Lord see our trouble, he know our poverty. But the Lord also said, thou art rich. Because nobody could, even though we in these conditions, nobody could take away, you know what I'm saying, your bloodline and the fact that you're the chosen people. Read it on.
And I know the blasphemy.
I know the what?
The blasphemy.
Blasphemy is something that God hates. If Christians don't know nothing, they know that. You tell Christians about blasphemy. Oh, yeah, you blaspheme the Lord. Yeah, they know blasphemy. So the Lord said he know the blasphemy, read.
Of them.
Of who?
Of them.
Of who?
Of them.
Read.
Which say they are Jews.
It's a particular people that's saying they are Jews. Read.
And are not.
And are what?
And are not.
Black people we ain't running around saying we Jews. Now we are. You know what I'm saying? Because we just came into the truth. But for the last 100 years, who been claiming to be Jews? White people. Why they been claiming to be Jews? Because your identity been took for you. You ain't know you was a Jew. So they came right on in and took your identity. Read.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Out of what?
The synagogue of Satan.
Who pray in synagogues, brother? Yeah. The Lord put these particular precepts in here for you to be able to know. It make you laugh because you be like, well, goddamn, this is just too crystal clear. Go to Revelations 3 and 9.
Mm-hmm. Revelations chapter 3 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews.
They saying they Jews, read.
And are not.
And are what?
And are not.
The Lord keeps saying that. These people are not Jews, read.
But do lie.
They what?
But do lie.
Read on.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Before thy what?
Before thy feet.
Yeah, they're going to be at your feet one day. These white people, they could never be Jews because they run the entire earth. You understand? The Lord said the real Jews would be in a poverty-like situation during this particular time. The Lord gonna make them people one day come kiss your feet. So what happened is during history, these people, they're from the Khazarian Empire. You can research all. I'm gonna give you a real verbal. They from the Khazarian Empire and study them during the time of the Crusades. You know, the Crusades, Islam and Christianity were the two dominant religions. They were going throughout the earth, causing all people and lands to take on their religions. These particular white people, you know, because that's all they are, is a sect of white people, said instead of them joining either one of the religions, they were going to stay out of that and just call themselves Jews, which is why they call themselves Jewish, right? Some like a Jew, but not quite. So what they did was take our nationality and turn it into a religion, but they are not Jews. You see what I'm saying? So then during the time of World War II, Hitler started to exterminate them. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why he exterminated them is because they was claiming to be niggas, and he knew they wasn't niggas. You understand? Which is why part of the reason he started to put them in the muffins. You understand? So you got 1940, Hitler, you know what I'm saying? He get killed. Then what happened? They had a 6-day war. It's called the 6-day war. You can look all this up, where they went and took that land over there. That land that you see them white people living in Israel right now, that's our land they living in. That land was given to them by the United States and other allied countries that gave them a land. So that's how they ended up in our land. You understand? So that's a brief history you could just research on. But give me what we got in the scriptures. Go ahead.
So like, sir, I got the
Give me Jeremiah 14:2.
I got the one who made the statement about the Jews left black.
Read that.
Khan. Gamal Abdel Nasser was the second president in Egypt in 1956.
Come on with it.
Abdel went on television and radio in the 50s and stated to the Ashkenazis, you left black and returned back white.
He said what?
You left black and returned back white.
Now we know scientifically that's impossible. How in the hell you gonna leave black and return white? Because this man know, and them people who live in that region, in that country, they know what color the real Jews are, man. Everybody know this is a lie. You understand? Read on. Is there more?
Oh, that was it, sir.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So they would never. I know more. He also said they would never be. That's the reason why they would never be accepted.
He said, you would never be up to like the whole quote is, you would never be able to live here in peace because you left here black and came back white.
You understand? Play with this video here. Give me Jeremiah 14:2, and then give me
Israel. We're arresting everybody today.
Tell them to get the hell out of Palestine.
Ooh. They better come in.
Remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land, not German, it's not Poland.
So where should they go? Where should they go?
They go home.
Where's the home?
Poland.
So the Jews,
Germany.
the Jews go back to Poland and Germany.
And America and everywhere else.
You see what I'm saying? Now, this white lady here, after she made this statement, do we got the timeline on when she was fired from this job? Yeah, once she made this statement, I think it was days later, or somebody look it up. Yeah, or it was some days, a month, a year, she lost her job for making this statement, because you can't come out and say these type of things. You see what I'm saying? They want to continue to be able to deceive the whole earth to believe that these people here are the real Jews when that's not. Read what you got.
Wakan. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Judah
The
mourning.
Lord said, now we're going to read about the real Jews. The Lord said that what?
Judah
The
mourning.
real Jews are in mourning. First fired, last hired, filling up the prison, broken homes, murdering each other, abortions, number one in AIDS, number one in cancer, number one in diabetes. The real Jews are in mourning. Read.
Wakan. And the gates thereof language.
And then what?
And the gates thereof
A
language.
gate is supposed to be for protection. The Lord said your gates are weak. Your gates are weak because your leadership ain't worried about fixing you. They ain't worried about obeying the Lord. What they worried about is doing what? Getting a check from the white man. So therefore, they weak. They the one who push for abortion. They the one who push for the damn, what was that? The black and green. What they call it?
What you said,
That
red background?
Yeah, what did that? Yeah, what was the thing just called?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. Your leader's the one push for Juneteenth. What man pushed for Juneteenth? A day was supposed to be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's going on? A day that's supposed to be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? For us to be free. You understand? Like, who celebrate freedom when we know that we still sitting here in slavery? Who would even push for that? That shows that your leaders are weak. Read on.
Kalawakan. They are black.
They are what?
They are black. Unto the ground.
The Bible say the real Jews are black unto the ground. Why did the Lord say unto the ground? Because black people got all different shades of brown. That's why the Lord said they black unto the ground. Any more?
Kalawakan.
Go ahead.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Drop that. We hold anything, come on.
So I'm holding 2 Kings 17.
Oh.
2 Kings 17, when Israel was forced out of Israel.
No, we don't need that. Well, go ahead.
The reporter, her name was Salaki, sir. Her name was Helen Thomas. She made that statement on May 27th, and by June 7th, she announced her retirement.
You understand? So she had not forcibly, of course, she announced her retirement. All right, so that's the answer to your question on that.
Okay, appreciate that.
No sweat, brother.
Now we're gonna step into a little bit into current events and just a couple questions for people who may be curious about ISUPK, who might see y'all out on the streets or see y'all online and have questions. So one of the questions I got, being as though I use like military type ranks, are ISUPK members allowed to hold public office positions or be in the military or anything like that?
No, we are not allowed to be in the military. That is a sin according to the Bible. The only military that we are allowed to be in is one of our own. The only king that we are allowed to serve is one of our own. Our king is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, in whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The man who serves up under Yahweh Shah Mashiach is a man by the name of Commander General Yohana. You understand? And that man right there commands the army of Israel. Right. The army of Israel will be so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If you ain't a part of these 12 tribes, you're not allowed in our schools. Right. We ain't coming together in the game. We ain't the Black Panthers, man. We ain't these other organizations that claim to be pro-black, and then when they go home, they get into bed with a white woman, or they sitting, you know what I'm saying, in some conference room with white people trying to decide trying to decide on how to fix problems of black people. Only way black problems get fixed is going to be by black people and black people only now.
Right.
Okay. Does the ISBK work with any other religious groups outside of Israelites?
We are willing to work, you know what I'm saying, with other organizations. We do debates, you know what I'm saying, we go to events and spread our information or whatever the case, but we are not associated with anybody. You see what I'm saying? But we do work with other organizations to help push forward this truth, if given the opportunity. Okay. Yeah.
What is the affiliation with other Israelites groups that we might see around the nation?
Oh, the other they allowed to come to the cookout. They allowed to come to our cookout. Yeah, they can come to our Passover, you know what I'm saying? But as far as affiliation, we have no affiliation beyond that. Is that we do allow them to come see what the truth looks like. But as far as us getting together, I think they got a Israelite summit and all that, and where they supposed to come together. You got 10 different Israelite groups with 10 different doctrines. The only coming together they do is the pictures you see them take. You can't come together, you know what I'm saying, teaching with 17 different philosophies. Right. What's wonderful about the ISUPK is we got 100 schools. All 100 schools teach the same thing. Right. That's how you come together. Okay. Yeah.
What is the ISUPK's views on firearms and the crisis that the United States is dealing with as far as active shooters?
Well, as far as our stance on firearms is if that, you know what I'm saying, if you can get a firearm, you should get it. You know what I'm saying? Christ even said in the Bible, I'm paraphrasing, but sell thy, what does it say, thy garment? Sell thy garment, you know what I'm saying, and get you a sword. So we believe in self-defense, but we also believe in, you know what I'm saying, making sure you follow the laws so you don't put yourself in a jammed up situation. If you can't get no firearm, legally you can't get one, then don't get one. You see what I'm saying? But if you can legally get a firearm to defend yourself, then get one. If you legally can't get one, don't get one. That means the Lord, for some reason, don't want you with no firearm. Some brothers, just like some brothers shouldn't drink liquor, some brothers shouldn't have no gun. You understand? But we got brothers in here who do have guns, so they'll protect you. You see what I'm saying? And what was the second part of your question?
And what are you guys' take on the crisis going around in the nation with active shooters?
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Somebody give me terrorists should make them afraid on every side, and then give me you can't build a town with blood, right? These particular things, you know what I'm saying, happen here in America because the white man does not know how to build a society. You can't build a society based on thievery and murder and think that it ain't gonna come back and haunt you. The Lord said in the Bible, whatever a man sow, that shall he also reap. So these different shootings that you see happening are biblical prophecy. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has set loose these terrorists here in America, just like he set loose the coronavirus, AIDS. America got plagues and a lot of horrible things that's going to happen to this place because contrary to popular belief, God is not with America. Americans run around talking about God bless America. Why would God bless America when you didn't built this country off slavery?
Right.
You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? Our take on the shooters, is that this is going to continue to happen because this is the Lord's judgment on America. They ain't going to be able to stop the terrorism. All right. You got it. Give me your terrorists should make them afraid on every side. And give me to build the town. You got what you got?
I got build the town.
Read that.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
That do what?
Woe to him.
Woe means destruction. Read.
That buildeth a town with blood.
America was built on bloodshed. They killed 77 Native American Indians, 100 million blacks, hundreds of millions of Latinos. The Lord said, woe unto a cat that build a town on blood. Read.
And establish a city by iniquity.
But establish a city by what?
By iniquity.
And iniquity is evil. Read on.
Come to come, verse 13. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor, shall labor in the very fire?
No, give me as thou has hated blood shall pursue thee. Okay, what you got, Yaradai?
2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed.
No, that's not it.
Okay, sir.
You got it. I need the terrors on every side. You got it? Go ahead, my y'all.
The book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side.
Terror shall what?
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
Terrors is going to make this man, this so-called white man, afraid on every side. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, this is what the Lord wants to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't terrorize the entire earth. So now the Most High is going to flip the terrorism on him. And the terrorism on every side mean this. Imagine you not being able to detect where the terrorism is going to come from. As you can see, this is his own people doing this. You see what I'm saying? The white man ain't finna take away no guns. He ain't taking away no guns because this is how he established America, through murder, through killing everybody. So he ain't taking away no guns. Read any more on that, my y'all? Go ahead.
And shall drive him to his feet.
And shall what?
Drive him to his feet.
Terrorism is going to make this man, it's going to drive somebody driving you to your feet, meaning you standing up now, like you got to pay attention to what's going on. And that's what you see happening here in America. Read on.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
His strength shall be hunger bitten.
Is what?
His strength shall be hunger bitten.
Listen, the Lord is going to use his own people to break the white man. He's going to use his own the terrorists, I hope, they white. You understand? He going to use his own people to bring down this kingdom. But what's really going to break the kingdom down, we shouldn't even worry. If you in the truth, you don't worry about the terrorism that you see going on. Getting to the truth, you won't have to worry about no mass shootings. When they do a mass shooting, guess what? You're going to be left at grocery store. You ain't going to be there. But if you out there committing sin, when these different shooters do what they do in schools and grocery stores and all that, you're going to die there. That's what you should be worried about, the terrorism then, if you are not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
If you are not in the ISBK, you should be worried about terrorism because it's not going to stop.
Right.
Anymore?
Oh, Colonel McCon. And destruction shall be ready at his side.
You get the point. You can drop it out.
Colonel McCon.
Go ahead, mighty man.
Okay. Kind of touched on it a little bit while explaining the picture of here earlier. But why no shape ups? And is the way you guys dress, is that also, you get that directly from the Bible?
We get those things directly from the Bible. No shape ups is Israelite culture. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, all these brothers got beards in here. You know what I'm saying? Shape ups is like an African custom. You know what I'm saying? If you ever look at ancient Egyptians, you can see they got the you know what I'm saying, the box haircuts, the design. That's their culture. So it's bigger than just not getting shake up. The Lord wants us to keep our culture. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see us wearing the garments, because that's our culture. Us wearing beards, that's our culture. You understand? So getting shape ups and all that, the Lord don't want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? This is your culture. The Lord wants you to maintain your culture. A man without a beard is a disgrace. You see what I'm saying? Why would a grown man walk around? Here you are, 30, 40 years old. You're supposed to have a beard, but you shaving all your beard off, looking like a little boy. You see what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work.
Okay. What does the Bible say about working a job? And just to compound this question, also, what is the Bible? This one always jumps out to me.
No sweat.
I watch you guys on YouTube, but I eat shellfish. I got a one of my favorite foods. So, what does the Bible say specifically about shellfish?
Give me the Leviticus, the 11th chapter. All right. And what was your question before the shellfish? Was it just the shellfish? I thought you said something before that.
It was about working a job. It's the same thing about working a job, because you're working for the white man. So is there anything in the Bible about how you should?
Yeah, well, okay, well, we in slavery. You know what I'm saying? That the scriptures say we are subject to payments. You know, this slavery that we in, or whatever the case may be, we have to serve this slavery out. You understand? So now, what do? You want to come into the truth. You come in here. All these brothers, we call it, you saying the job, but we call it a slavery, right? A black and Hispanic Native Indian man, your real job is coming in here raising your people. Is it unlawful to work with slavery? No. You go work your slavery, go work your job with the white man or whomever you hired by, but when you leave that job, you come back and give your love to your people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's what we doing here. So we use that money, you know what I'm saying, to build schools and do different things, you know what I'm saying, to uplift the truth. But you can go work a job. You understand? Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 12. Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the water, that shall be an abomination unto you. Now,
once again, our culture, you know what I'm saying, is very important. Now, a part of our culture is we are allowed to eat certain foods. We are not allowed to. Some foods we can eat, some foods we can't eat. You see what I'm saying? So read that again.
Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the water, that shall be an abomination unto you.
That should be a what?
An abomination unto you.
So you was asking about what?
Shellfish.
You can't eat shellfish, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know you love that shellfish. Black people love shrimp, crab, lobster. Ain't no more what's the seafood place they like to go to?
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more Red Lobster. Now, why is that so important? It ain't just the Lord just saying don't eat the food. These particular animals, man, are bottom feeders. These animals consume poison. They ain't meant to be eaten. So the Lord then created certain meats that can be consumed. Certain meats cannot be consumed, just like the pig. You know what I'm saying? Your body can't handle that, which is why us as a people, we suffer from, we number one in so many diseases from the foods that we eat. Because by us being the Lord's people, the Lord is, you're going to get jammed up eating these foods. So therefore you got lawful foods and you got unlawful foods. Crawfish, seafood, it got to have fins or scales for you to be able to eat it. If it's missing one, if it got fins and don't got scales, you can't eat it. Just to answer your question.
All right. I got a few more.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a little bit more, but I know we can't stay here all night.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Do Israelites listen to what they consider worldly music or watch worldly movies?
Yeah, it's not unlawful to listen to particular music, but you have to be careful in that, right? You got you're a lot of brothers in the school, you'll see them listening to rap or whatever. It's because rap is like the one thing. It's black, even though it's a lot of evil in it. It's a way in which black men express masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So you'll hear brothers listen to rap, listen to R&B or whatever, because it's that one form of expression that black men are still able to be masculine in their music. Of course, they saying a bunch of evil things. Some things you just got to take a leave, but the masculinity, you know what I'm saying, behind the music is why you would hear brothers listening to particular rap artists. But with that being said, the ISBK, we got our own rap artists.
That's all I was getting into.
Shit.
I just saw a video.
Daniela, yeah, top three. Get Daniela a hand, man. Yeah.
Just from looking. You know
We got Daniela. We got Captain Nakar, Captain Katazar, Yaradon. You know what I'm saying? Who else? We got some rappers in here.
Captain
Mayad, don't leave Mayad out. So to be honest with you, it didn't got it to a point, man. We ain't really got to listen to cat what we consider in the world. We got our own music to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll leave on this.
Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose of life?
The purpose of life is to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Can you get the scripture for me? I like to let the scriptures answer everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, every question that you ask, you know what I'm saying, it's a scripture for everything in here. If I would have pulled all the scriptures, we wouldn't have got out of here at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we encourage everybody to come to class, ishbk.com. Whatever city you in, we there. Go there and you can learn. Read what you got. Tell them where you at.
Mawaqad, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Let's go.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
You want to know your purpose in life, you know what I mean, on what you should be doing it, why you should be doing it. The Lord about to tell you. Let's go.
Fear God.
Fear. First of all, you're supposed to fear the Most High. Same way you fear your father in that house. If you disobey him, you should fear the Lord as well. Read.
And keep his commandments.
And do what?
And keep his commandments.
Part of that fear is if you don't keep them commandments, look where we at. Look at the condition we in now. Us getting on them slave ships and them boats, jumping overboard, being eaten by sharks, eating our children in 70 AD. All of them things happen from not keeping the Lord's commandments. So being that we've been through these things for thousands of years of disobeying the Lord, I think it's about time. What y'all think? I think it's about time we start to obey him. Read.
Kanawakan, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's your duty. That's your whole duty. That's your whole duty right there, is to obey these laws, statutes, and commandments. Not to go work a job for the white man. Because without this, you would just be a slave, man. You just a body here. You see what I'm saying? Just going to work every day with no purpose. If your purpose ain't serving the Lord, you know what your purpose is? Serving the white man. What's serving? How do we know that? Christmas. Christmas ain't about, that ain't about serving God. That's about helping America's economy, boosting America's economy. So your money, when you don't serve the Lord, you do what? Celebrate Easter. You understand? Celebrate Thanksgiving. Celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day. Valentine's. They got how many shit? They got a day. They got a day for something. All it's about is pulling money out of your pocket and serving the man that oppress you. But coming into the truth, you find out your real purpose. Your real purpose, black man, Hispanic, Native, Indian man, is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
I appreciate y'all for allowing me to come up in y'all school.
Damn right.
It's dope to actually be here. I watch y'all on the internet. Y'all know all day, every day.
Most time, right.
Radio, all that.
Most time, right.
I still got a host of questions.
Damn right.
I want to ask, but I plan on. I'm definitely gonna be at the fire weekend.
Most get it with the rest of the if I could, you know what I'm saying? Since you mentioned it, we do got the fire weekend coming up. For our listeners out there, July 21st to the 24th, we got Gentleman Hyman coming in teaching class on Thursday. Then later on that night, we got Cross the Line, Captain Tazariak, Captain Katazar. The following day, Friday, we'll be down on Magnificent Mile, teaching from 1 to 5. Commander Jenny Hunter gonna come out, speak on the streets. After that, we got an amazing, goddamn. That's why this is the 5 week. We got an amazing lecture. It's gonna, when you come in here that Friday, it's gonna be actually flame and fire and all that. I'd like to do that, but we probably burn down the whole building. Maybe we could put it in some captions or something. I don't know. Let's look into that. You know what I'm saying? Really make it fire. Yeah. But we got the lecture with Captain Ashaparium, Captain Katazar, and Kazak Yad. You know what I'm saying? The Before Columbus Came lecture, you know that's going to be off the chain. Saturday, we'll be at the Bantu Festival, of course. And then Sunday, we're going to end it with the Black and Brown Cookout. That is the fire weekend. It is the most powerful weekend, you know, besides the Passover and all our high holy days. Not the, you know, I love all the brothers in the truth, but y'all ain't messing with the fire weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I'm only joking, but I'm not. Anyway, the fire weekend, July 21st to the 25th. Man, come experience brotherhood on another level.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's about all I got.
All right, man. Like I said, appreciate y'all for coming.
Appreciate you, brother. Get a brother a hand. Look, and we look forward to seeing you in that all black.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't expecting you hit with that.